Deion Sanders only cares about himself. The first week of preseason football has concluded, and it's marvelous. Football is here, man. It feels great. I know it's not real football, but we at least got to see some things go down. Now, one thing that stood out, and we're gonna do preseason wrap-ups every week, but I can't help but notice, right, as a dude that's covered some Colorado in my day, a lot of Colorado Buffaloes are showing out, man. Obviously, as y'all know, Colorado had the most drafted wide receivers of any college football team. Sent a conglomeration. That's not the way you say it. A large group, a congregation, a large group of people to the NFL from the Deion Sanders regime. Shedeur, LeJohntay, Jimmy Horn, Will Shepard, Travis Hunter, Xavier Weaver, Shiloh Sanders, BJ Green. Now, while some were drafted and some were undrafted free agents, it seems like they all found a way to try to make an impact. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's preseason wrap-up, the Buffaloes on the show. We're also going to talk a little bit about Jackson Dart. I believe I have some out there too. We got Xavier Weaver. We got some things we're going to talk about. A little bit about Cam Ward too, if we have some time. Kevin Stefanski, as well as Carson Schweringer, another Browns rookie that's apparently real deal balling out. We like to see that, man. Let's start, though. I want to start with Deion Sanders. I got to give him a little shout out, man. I have to give him a small shout out. And it's not about, I'm taking it all the way back. I want to take you back to 2022. As you see, this post is from 2022 when Colorado signed Deion Sanders and everybody had something to say. And then I want to take you to 2023 when the transfer portal team went crazy. Everybody called him a madman. And then they end up, first bowl game since 2020, first 9-win season since 2016. Apparently, y'all forgot to say that. Y'all focus on the 4-8 season after the 1-11. But I ain't heard y'all congratulate the bowl game appearance. But it is what it is. But yeah, man. Remember when everybody was saying it's a clown show. Deion Sanders only cares about himself. It's a fake organization. He's just using Colorado to get his next job. Yada, yada, yada. All of this, it's the season tickets, the hype, it's just overblown. Well, 2-3 years now, I'm looking at a plethora of NFL players from Colorado. When's the last time, besides Shenault or other wide receiver, I forgot his name, Shenault or Rice, when's the last time you seen a Colorado player have a significant impact in the NFL? And this is no disrespect to Colorado, because Colorado, like we said, it was a historic a school before the regime came in, and they're just gonna make it even more historic. But let's be honest. Where's the clown show? I want to make sure that y'all actually hated something that Deion Sanders was doing football-wise, or is there something else? Because his sons are in the league. He's got a two-way player that just won a Heisman. Y'all sure downplaying that. Y'all sure downplaying the first. When's the last time a two-way player won a Heisman? Oh, but they ain't done nothing, right? They didn't turn around a 1-11 team to 9-4 in 2 seasons, right? They didn't do that. They didn't send another another group of players to the NFL for them to get recognition from who? You like that. And guess who this is? Princely Uman-Malin. I don't know how I'm messing up his last name. But what's it called? That's an SEC edge player. I believe first round pick. I believe. I think Nick Scorton went second round, right? Yeah, I believe second round pick. I don't know, high round pick, SEC defensive lineman. That's what he had to say. And so where's the clown show? Where's the issue? When I got Shiloh Sanders, is this the problem? I think this is the issue right here, man. I think this is the problem right here. The people are screaming his name. They want the high fives. It's gotta be that. It's gotta be that because y'all discredit, and now that we in the NFL, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what them Buffaloes do. But anyway, let's continue on and talk about it, right? Shedeur, 14 for 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, easy. LeJohntay Wester, 2 receptions, 41 yards, 1 return touchdown. And we already talked about that too. Oh my God, let me make sure I have that. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I had to make sure LeJohntay was here too. So LeJohntay Wester, he went so crazy. I forgot. Golly. I forgot that was the same week. Yeah, they really is taking over. Will Sheppard, 2 receptions for 20 yards. Jimmy Horn, 4 receptions for 15. Travis Hunter, 2 receptions for 9 yards. He didn't get a lot of snaps. And then we got Xavier Weaver, 2 receptions, 14 yards, and a tutter. Shiloh Sanders, a tackle, quarterback hit. BJ Green, a tackle, quarterback hit. Cam, 2 total tackles. So let's go ahead and go player by player and check out a few things here. Oh, sorry, you're supposed to be over here. So this is what I was I was looking for this video. I was like, this is the one I was looking for. And they putting it over here, man. I hate when Twitter does this. But here it is. Again, I think maybe this is the reason why. I think this is the reason why people have some odd hatred towards Shiloh, Shedeur, Travis, Colorado players in general. It's got to be the love, man. It's got to be the fact that he gets here and the people are enjoying every single second of it. And we're going to get to the Shiloh Sanders interview, but let's go ahead and take our time and go through a few players. Now we got Will Shep. We can't play this, but Will Sheppard did have a little receiving. I can go super slow, though. Right? He sets it up top on the screen there. Boom. And then he takes it. So he's actually down here. So he's actually pretty close. He's going to take a little a slant. Boom. Easy all day. Shout out to Will Sheppard. He signed with the Packers a little late there. Made something happen. Xavier Weaver with a touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
We love you, man. We love you, man.
Yeah, man. He was doing his big thing too. He was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Here he is was touchdown. Sorry, my pictures are all out of whack. I thought I had this in order, but here he is bringing in that touchdown again. We can't show too much of it. Now. We can't, you know what I mean? Why is it playing? And see, this is why I can't show it. It's literally not playing. Anyway, it was a smooth little 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Get on the inside, handle his business. Shout out to Xavier Worthy, a giant safety blanket for the Colorado team in the 2023 season, although things didn't shape out the way that they wanted it to. And then Mr. Travis Hunter, obviously the big talking point here is the fact that he was playing both sides and if he was and how much he was. So here he is. John Macri of PFF has Travis Hunter through the first offensive and defensive drive in preseason week 1. Played all but 1 offensive snap, 1st and 10 pass out of possible 12 snaps, 92% that he played on defense. Hunter did not play any of the 10 defensive snaps, which included 8 passing downs. And then we go for the second offensive and defensive drive for the Jaguars in preseason week 1. He did not play any of the 11 possible offensive snaps on drive 2, second unit, which included 6 passing downs. And then on defense, Travis Hunter played with the second unit and stayed on for all 5 snaps. So again, still preseason, not a lot that you can get from this. But the idea is, maybe that's how they're going to use him. Maybe they're going to use him. Hey, a series here, take some time off, a series there on defense. That could be interesting rotation. Right now, I do think that limits his ability and limits what he can do. But again, we're going to have to see what it actually looks like in the real deal game before we make any judgments. So we've gone over Xavier. We've gone over LeJohntay. Obviously, we already did LeJohntay. Didn't have any videos for Cam or BJ Green. But they were doing their thug dizzle. They had some tackles. They had some things. At least no uncopyrighted stuff that I can show you is really what I should say. So obviously, just to remind y'all what that boy LeJohntay did this weekend. I mean, Shedeur takes over the internet. LeJohntay goes crazy. Shiloh is doing his thug dizzle, and he's standing out saying things like this.
So did Dad say he's gonna? Did you tell him about the jersey? You gonna give it to him? What was his reaction?
He didn't want it.
Why?
Because, he's a Hall of Famer. He expects like 30 times more. He didn't want that jersey. I'm going to give it to my mom, though.
No way.
Not even as a birthday gift.
Nah, he don't want it.
No?
I got to get like 3 picks or something for him to...
Oh, my goodness. That is some tough love.
Mm-hmm.
How'd it feel to get that hit?
Oh, it felt good. I'm just thankful. Thank you, God, for putting me in a position to even be on the field. You know what I'm saying? I love some big hits on the table. So next game will most likely be improvement on my angles, on my tracking, because you don't really get to work on it in NFL practice or you're going to get, kicked out of practice. So, just seeing the game today. You know, first time seeing it in a long time. You know, got a lot to work on. Did some good things. It is what it is.
What'd you think about your brother's game yesterday?
I think he said the same thing as me. Did some good things. Messed up a few times. It is what it is. But I don't know. I think we played similar games. Once he got a little comfortable, you know, he started doing his thing. Same thing with me.
Absolutely. Settled in. Both of them settled in. Shout out to Shiloh. And again, you know, Shiloh is showing a lot of, just like Shedeur is, a lot of humility, a lot of a grace for being around there. Here he is right after his first game.
Tonight, first day in the
Just
NFL,
cheesing,
first
man.
game.
Just cheesing, man.
It was great. Just the experience of actually being out here playing my dream. You know, this is a dream come true.
I saw you before the game. You were the last one to leave after the pregame warm-ups. It seemed like you were really soaking it all in there. What were you thinking in that moment?
Just to hurry up and just get used to being on the field, so I won't be like nervous or anything.
Hey,
Prepared, like, everybody can act hard, all you want.
yeah.
First NFL game. I'm in the Buccaneers jersey, on the Buccaneers field. We got all the fans out here, so it's like I want to do everything right to help this team win. But when you get out there, then it starts hitting you like, okay, this is just football, so just play how you play, and everything will come together.
That's great, man. That's absolutely great, man. Shout out to Shiloh. Shout out to Shedeur. Shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes for taking over the preseason, but they weren't the only one doing preseason stuff. So let's check on a few quarterbacks. Mr. Cam Ward was playing against Shiloh Sanders, not directly because, you know, he wasn't with the ones, but here's Cam Ward pregame. Cam Ward had, you know, what you would expect probably from a first-round pick. You know, he didn't get a lot of burn. He only threw 8 passes, 6 for 8. He had 65 yards. 50 of those yards went to Calvin Ridley. So I think the biggest takeaways that you can take away is that at least good to see that he's got a connection with a veteran wide receiver, and he seems quite pumped up. He seems like he's controlling the boys, and they are behind him. So that's a beautiful thing. Now, here was Cam Ward's first completion. Sorry, I'm over here hiccuping or whatnot. And, of course, he throws an absolute missile. And we talked about this in the other video when I was talking about the Shiloh Sanders video. Cam Ward is an anomaly. He really is. When you watch him throw, you watch him drop and you know, drop his level. He's going to basically scoot that front foot forward. And look how much power he's able to generate with there is some torque, right? You see him, he torques his hips, but man, there's so much velocity coming from that top half of him dropping and just whipping his body like that. And it looks like just a curveball from a baseball. That is absolutely crazy. He delivers a dot to Calvin Ridley, a few more dots throughout the day. So that was great to see. Shout out to him for his debut. And then on the other side, Mr. Jackson Dart. I mean, can we say anything else but him? I mean, it's a dot. He dropped a dot. It was a great touchdown. I already said I was wrong. I'm not sure if that video came out today or if it's going to come out a little later today or maybe yesterday. But I had to admit I was wrong. Jackson Dart looked good. He looked creative. He looked poised under the pocket. Again, 40% of his yards only came from screens, but we don't need to talk about all that, man. Let's allow these young men to enjoy the first time they went crazy, right? So, continue to be great. Continue to be phenomenal. I think we're just going to go wrap this going up. First preseason update. Going to have more preseason updates coming soon. So go ahead and like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you want to keep locked in with foosball content, man. And it's a fun time. See you next time. Peace.